Trying to get those final 3 outs, the left-hander Eric Miller.
We got to get that win against the Reds. Cincinnati to Columbus coming to the West Coast. Even though they're in the Eastern time zone, not Cincinnati is part of the West Coast. Believe it or not, that's IShow Speed's team.
He looked good in Baltimore in his last appearance. Got a new sinker now. He's featuring. It's a good pitch for him.
Got to beat the shit out of the Reds.
Face the top of the order and a pinch hitter.
Yeah, so Friedel do, but Terry Francona, kind of predictably, I'm sure Tony Vitello knew this was coming, uses Dane Myers. And Myers almost gets hit by the first pitch fastball.
Okay.
But it didn't hit him. Reds fans are unhappy.
Good.
I get it.
That's get them attention.
I think that's just a yanked fastball inside. They're trying to go in. First pitch.
Now he wraps one around the corner, a slider for strike one. Tried it again. Bailey's challenging. He thought that was a strike.
Challenging the pitch.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. I think Patrick's right on this one.
It is a strike.
Same pitch. Oh,
The pitch is a strike. Every pitch has 1 challenge remaining.
Better than the second pitch. The second pitch was actually a ball. Myers should have challenged the second pitch. Stole 2 strikes there.
Big call. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. 1-2. Nobody's challenging that ball call. But the first one is almost, it is as important. I mean, that's Bailey. That's the framing of Bailey where he gives so much of his value. Helping steal a strike. 2-2. Full count, 3-2.
You got though right in the strike
This
set.
is a huge pitch here. You got McLean and then De La Cruz and Stewart. He got him. Struck him out with the slider.
Well, you said it was going to be a huge pitch, and he needed to execute something, be it a fastball or a slider. He went to the slider there. Apparently, he has a little more confidence in this pitch this inning, and that's just nasty. It is a ball when it finishes, but if you're Dane Myers, you got to swing. It looks like a strike for a long time, and then just nasty movement down and in.
McLean, who rarely chases, he takes strike one. I mean, the Giants are showing a lot of faith in Eric Miller. The bullpen is quiet. This is his inning.
Strike 2.
Slider. Again, just nasty.
Well, that goes to show you how nasty that pitch is, because you just mentioned we haven't seen McLean swing at pitches out of the strike zone very often this series. I can't remember one other than that one right there, and he's walked 4 times, and he just went out of the zone.
We got those strikes. Forced him to swing the bat.
Go back to it again, see if you can get another chase.
0-2 pitch. In the dirt. 1-2. And Sal Stewart is looming. It's a real vote of confidence for Eric Miller against this part of the lineup. De La Cruz has been hitting left-handers well. That went foul back. He went with a 98-mile-an-hour sinker. Kind of challenged him, threw it right out over the plate.
He did. Sped him up after seeing 3 straight sliders. Just try to get him off the slider.
Another fastball. This was the 4-seamer.
You got though right in the center.
Tight.
And this would be a time where you would go to the slider and try to throw it for a strike down. You don't have to bounce it.
Full count.
You better than that. You freaking better than that.
Erratic right now.
Well, he went to the slider in a 3-2 count to Dane Myers in the previous at bat. Let's see if he does it again.
3-2. Hold foul. That's exactly what he did. Seems like he might have a better feel for that pitch than his fastball.
It seems that way for sure. Sometimes what will happen with the fastball, you get that grip and you try to throw it too hard. And because of that, you come out of your mechanics.
3-2, old foul again. Another slider.
But with the slider, you know that you can't overthrow it. You're not going to execute it. So you stay a little bit more relaxed and just finish out front.
9th pitch of the at-bat coming. 3-2. That's ball 4.
Throw the fucking
So you're
strike.
ahead of the count, and now you're starting to flirt with some real danger. You still have some cushion. It's 3-0, but De La Cruz and Stewart, the two big boys for the Reds, are coming up here.
Yeah, and we've said it a few times this series about McLean. That's exactly why he's hitting in that 2-hole. I mean, I know he's only hitting 203 on the year, but he can take a walk with the best of them. And all you're trying to do is set the table for these two guys.
So now De La Cruz, big swing and a miss by him. Strike 1. Gotta have a game here for the Giants today. Another good one. 0-2.
Well, that's the pitch right there that he's been leaning on this whole inning. And McLean 0-2.
Caleb Killian has jumped up in the pen, but he's just starting to get loose. 0-2 pitch. Threw it again. This time, Ellie De La Cruz took it. There's Killian.
He's warming up.
Doesn't seem like he'd be able to get ready for Stewart, maybe for Suarez, who would be after that. 1-2. In the dirt.
Don't be afraid. You got the right in straight center.
That we saw with McLean. Got ahead early, got 2 strikes, and then tried to get him with the slider. Went up top of the fastball.
You got it though
The
right
thing
in the
about
center.
Ellie is he's
If you
more
don't,
willing to
if you don't down or up there, left or right, it won't go
They
there.
have to look like a strike for a little bit. The last 2 pitches have just been too far down. Especially that last pitch. Been in the
Don't give up. Keep on fighting.
2-2. Strike 3 call.
There you go.
Throws it with the fastball.
Well, you're hoping he's able just to dial up a fastball that he
No more switcher batters.
hadn't been able to do it in the previous at bat, but right there, just a perfect sinker. You see that pitch? De La Cruz kind of gets out of the way of the ball, and the ball just comes back over the inside part of the plate. That's a nasty pitch.
So 2 down. And it's sort of fitting. The Giants, to win a game in this series, they got to get through this guy who just tormented them the last 2 nights. First pitch, McLean runs, and it's taken for a ball, but Bailey's challenging this one.
The catcher's challenging the pitch.
I think that one's going to be off. It looked like Bailey had to really reach for that one.
I don't know.
No.
That's
he
a
did
strike.
not.
Yeah,
The pitch is a strike. San Francisco has 1 challenge remaining.
that was an immediate. Maybe I'm just reading too much into the body language. When Bailey goes real quick, 0 hesitation, I have a pretty strong feeling that he knows.
So you see how Bailey sets up right there with the slider. He kind of sets up on the inside part of the plate. So a lot of times when you throw it on the outside part of the plate because he has to reach so far across, it looks like a ball to the umpire too.
Yeah.
But Bailey has
It's
really
a
good idea
strike.
what's a strike and what's not.
People go to get that shit wrong.
The framing value doesn't disappear just because you have this challenge.
You go to get it wrong.
You made earlier in this inning.
So shut your mouth and watch the fucking game.
Strike
So
2.
shut the fuck up.
Giants are 1 strike away from getting a win.
I mean, that is a nasty sinker. I don't see it. You don't see all the movement on it at 98, but that thing's moving.
1-2. Miller throws. He got him with the fastball.
The Giants just beat the Reds on the road by 3-0, and that's a flawless victory.
Big time. And now Stewart and Miller's pointing at all the Reds. Here comes the Reds bench. The game is over. The Giants have just won. And Stewart, I guess he didn't like the reaction. I don't know.
A win is a win.
Everybody coming
So
in
who
from the
who
bullpen
gives a
on both
fuck?
sides.
Who gives a
Hopefully we
flying
just
fuck
sort of agree.
that he like it or not?
Let's move on. That's about as
I'm just gonna
much
move
emotion
forward and
as
turn the
we've
page.
ever seen from Merrick Miller. I mean, he literally started pointing all over to the Reds dugout, and he's getting hugs.
A win is a win.
Giants dugout.
We need
Safe
that
haven
victory.
after finishing off a 3-0 Giants win.
Well, all he did is celebrate. He didn't do anything to Sal Stewart. I can't imagine what he must have said something. I mean, you're allowed to celebrate when you strike out a batter to finish the game, especially a safe situation. It didn't look like he did anything wrong.
Hey, I look, the Giants have had a real sluggish start to this year and have not played good baseball for the first 2 weeks. These last 2 games, last night it didn't make the difference in the outcome. But
There's your final score, 3-0.
From the Giants.
And that's a flawless
I think it's
victory.
good to see.
I love it. I love the bat break by Devers yesterday after he swung and missed, broke his bat, and then Brubaker in the 8th inning last night. You know, yelling at.
Now we go head over to Washington District of Columbia, head over to D.C., take down the Nationals.
The retaliation, I don't know, I love it. I think this is exactly what this team needed right now.
Big time performance, too, from that guy, Eric Miller. He went through the big boys and got the Giants a much needed win. What a beautifully pitched game. The Reds get 1 hit, and the Giants pitch a shutout. 3-0 final for Sean Estes. Dave Fleming saying thanks for being with us. Stay tuned for Toyota Giants post-game live starting right now.
All right, everybody. Have a wonderful day, everybody. And peace. Go Giants.